On September 5th, 2014, Rotoshane saw a movie he considers the worst of all time. Seeing this, the man upstairs decided to punish him for his naivety by exposing him to the true horrors the world of film possesses, and show him what a truly awful film is. Rotoshane was unaware that a whole other world of film exists where the films are so bad that theaters that played films like Battlefield Earth won't even take them. This was the beginning of a nightmare. This is direct-to-video hell.
Hello. This place is really starting to get to me. I wish there was a way I could just skip all this review nonsense and get back to my normal life.
Why don't you just use the back exit?
The what? Oh. Duh. Why didn't I think of that?
Yeah, you're welcome. Duh!
Where am I? Ah! I hate Nebraska. I mean, there's a reason they call it the flyover state. There's nothing here but corn. Great. Nobody around. Except for that abandoned car right there with the door wide open. Hello? Anyone here? Who's there? Show yourself.
Run! We gotta go now, they're coming!
Who's coming?
Just get in the car! Get in the car! We gotta go!
I don't know what's going on.
Come on, we gotta get out of here, go!
Hey Isaac, why are we standing in the middle of this road?
I don't know, but it looks pretty cool.
So,
I am Ahaz, the exiled one.
Ahaz. That's an interesting name.
My parents had 11 kids. They ran out of good name ideas. And I was running for my life. The children of Nebraska are interesting folk, to say the least.
Wait, you were being chased by kids? What for?
I was sent by the man upstairs on a mission to deal with a film. Have you heard of him?
Oh, you could say that. So, what film was it?
A film that was meant to be dumped into the pits of direct-to-video hell.
So, I take it that it's bad.
That would be an understatement. It was a cold fall day. Halloween, to be exact.
Today is Halloween. Are you talking about today?
Silence! I am trying to begin a flashback. Anyway, I was making my way to the dumping pit of hell, not far from here.
You mean the dumping pit of video hell is in Nebraska?
Well, if we put it anywhere else, people might notice it.
Good point.
Somewhere along the way, I must have dropped it.
And is that it?
Yep.
So why are you being chased?
Oh, well, some kid found the film I dropped and he became obsessed.
So, what did you do?
Oh, I took it back.
Alright, and?
They chased me until I ran into you, screaming about some man who walks in the lines or something is gonna get me. I, of course, didn't believe them. But then I heard something. Something big. So I ran, and then I ran into you.
Dang it, we're out of gas.
You didn't keep your tank full?
This isn't even my car! So what do we do now?
Well, I think I see a gas station up there.
Oh yeah, the Super America. I've got my rewards card.
No, silly. That gas station's a full nickel cheaper.
Oh, here, why don't you go get some gas and I'll stay here with the door locked.
Fair enough. Well, here. Take this suitcase. It contains the film those kids wanted, but keep it secret. Keep it safe.
Okay. Wait, what film is it? Anyway. He said the kid was obsessed. Alright, I'm curious. I gotta know what this film is. This is it? Children of the Corn? I remember this being good, and it wasn't even direct to video. Wait. What's this? Well, now I'm worried. A Stephen King TV movie made by Sci-Fi? Isn't that a recipe for success? The original has become something of a cult classic and is watched every Halloween by fans of Stephen King. It was fairly well received and was even followed by a few sequels, you could say. Years later, the producer of the original, Donald Borchers, didn't think the original lived up to the Stephen King short story for some reason, and decided to remake it pretty much all by himself. A.O. said the kid wasn't obsessed with the film, so maybe it isn't that bad. But I think to review this, we need to change the location. Well, that's better. Alright, this is Children of the Corn, the remake. So we open up on a group of kids listening to a child preacher talk about a type of God who talked to him in his dreams. He refers to him affectionately as he who walks behind the rows.
And say why. God has spoken to me in a dream. And in that dream, he said that all adults are sinners.
I have a dream. My 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character.
He inspires the kids to take over the town of Gatlin by killing all of the adults, because apparently they are to blame for the bad drought that's occurring.
And God has told me that it is now our time. Time to make sacrifice. Time to kill.
We then cut to years later, where a married couple, Bert and Vicky, are happily chatting on their way to celebrate their honeymoon.
Driven so far on interstates, 1,500 miles, and since you won't drive...
You know I get migraines when I drive for a long time.
I know you do. I know, okay? That's why I asked you to navigate for me on some of these secondary roads, and you said you would. All right, you know what? I've about had it with you.
But then their loving conversation is interrupted by the sight of a kid running in front of the car.
That lawyer you wanted to see because I have had it. Watch out!
Wow, that was pretty brutal.
It's manslaughter! That's what they call it. You took your eyes off the road. Well, don't you want to come see?
His throat's been cut. Somebody scragged this kid. Bayonet, maybe a kitchen knife, a cleaver, I don't know. It sure wasn't a $2 buck. Oh, yeah.
That little boy is dead.
Yeah.
You ran him down.
Yeah.
And you killed him.
Sure, I ran him down, but I didn't kill him.
Why is she so pissy?
Look, go on, look at him. I haven't gone crazy. His throat's been cut.
Why would anybody cut a little boy's throat? Huh? Why?
You like the idea that I killed him too much to let it go?
No, of course not.
Just look.
How dare you accidentally hit a child who's gonna die anyway and feel terrible about it?
How'd you handle it over in Nam, huh? How'd you handle it in the hooches? What'd you use? Grease guns, right? Grease guns and Zippos.
Settle down.
What does Vietnam have to do with anything?
Oh, Purple Heart and all that? Huh? Come on, John Wayne! What are you gonna do?
God, she's so annoying. I just wanted to slap her or something. Thank you! They decide to put the body in the trunk to take it to the nearest police station. Before they leave, Bert goes into the cornfield to investigate while his wife stays behind. Where did he come from? Where did he go?
Hey!
Can this guy, like, teleport or something? Bert finds an abandoned suitcase in the corn and takes it back to the car for our first fake jump scare.
You stay in the car.
I thought somebody was watching me. I looked behind me and I couldn't see you.
And then he magically disappeared. So they drive off and some mysterious figures walk into the middle of the road. Wow! What's happening? Oh, jump cuts. Of course. So they drive off to the town of Gatlin to try and get to the police.
I was scared.
Huh?
Afraid. I was afraid.
Oh, afraid. What is this scared? I was confused for a second.
Nebraska, radio hasn't been invented yet.
Nothing at all?
Zilch.
The other knot's coming now.
Atonement! Only by the blood of the Lamb are we saved. Atonement is the word, brothers and sisters.
So Pokemon is a game that teaches children how to enter into the world of witchcraft, how to cast spells, how to use psychic phenomena, how to put to work supernatural powers against their enemies, how to fantasy role play.
So they drive up to an old creepy gas station to try and find anyone to help, but it is strangely abandoned.
You alright?
Yeah, I will be. As soon as we're 1,000 miles away from here.
Bert tries to use the phone to get help. Where did she come from? It's like the town of Gatlin is filled with magical teleporting children. Are they aliens? Nah, no way. So they head on their merry way towards Gatlin and make more boring conversation.
Have you been reading the signs? A cloud by day, a pillar of fire by night.
They called it the Bible Belt, they sure weren't kidding.
It's not in the Bible Belt.
Of hosts.
That's what they say when they give you communion.
Yeah? But they use cornbread for holy wafer around these parts.
Nebraska joke.
Preacher sound young?
Teenager maybe, but that's what's so monstrous about their whole trip. They like to get them while their minds are still rubber. You know, all the emotional checks and balances to put in. You should have seen some of the ones I got saved by. Let's see, there's baby Hortense. The singing marvel. She was 8. She'd come on singing Leaning on the Everlasting Arms while her daddy passed the plate telling everybody to dig deep now, brothers and sisters.
Join us next week for a new episode of Survivors of Jesus Camp. So we cut back to the creepy corn kids, now led by a young kid named Isaac. And he is, how do I put this, freaking annoying. All he does is drone and whine.
God told me, be not like Ahaz, whose fate did desert him.
The Isaac in the original is actually pretty creepy, when the new Isaac sounds like a whinier version of Charlie from the Santa Claus.
Thanks a lot.
So they are meeting at a crop circle and discussing the presence of the Outlander. A crop circle, huh? Strange.
Make sacrifice. Yay!
Back to Bert and Ernie. I mean Vicky. They arrive in Gatlin to find the town also deserted.
What's wrong?
What do you mean, what's wrong? This town is empty. There's nobody here but us.
Sure seems that way. It's a one-stoplight town, I agree with you there, but everybody's probably down in the town square having a bake sale or something.
And while they were gone, they made sure the town looked abandoned for years.
Do you hear it?
Hey, what?
The nothing. There are no cars, there are no people, there are no fertilizer spreaders. There's nothing here.
Yeah, just like the rest of Nebraska.
People gotta come to Gatlin all the time. There must be people who have friends and relatives here, and delivery trucks that come from the outside. Not to mention the people just passing through like you and me. I mean, someone had to notice something.
Excellent point there. How the hell did anyone notice the disappearance of 500 people after 10 frickin' years?
Certain things can't happen. Not in the 70s. Whole towns don't just shut down. What about the state patrol? They must cruise through from time to time, and the power company.
Hey, now I'm the reviewer here, sir.
Stoplight's dead.
No way! They pull up to the town church, and Bert wants to see what's inside.
He who walks behind the rose?
Yeah. Just one of 9,000 different names for God in Nebraska, I guess.
Vicky does not like that idea.
10 minutes. And then little old Vicky Jean is going to put on her boogie shoes.
I don't think so.
Purse! Give it to me! Give me the bag! My purse! Is that what your Sarge taught you? Out in the jungle?
God, why is she so annoyingly naggy? Chill out, lady. And what's her big deal with him being in the military?
It's a second honeymoon, huh? It's a laugh.
I still feel something for you, if it means anything.
Why? She's the prime example of the worst wife ever. Why are you still even married to this witch? So he goes in the church to explore while Vicky stays in the car. Ah! A Bible! Back to Vicky. She thinks she hears something going on outside the car, so she does the logical thing and gets out and yells.
Who's there? I know there's somebody there. I can hear you.
Suddenly, the creepy kids show up and confront Vicky.
Who are you?
We are your destiny.
Bert? Bert?
I'm sorry. Isaac looks so dumb making those hand signals. Spread the dough like this and stir the sauce. So the kids follow Isaac's command and try and get Vicky out of the car by bashing the headlights and banging on it. Well, good luck with that. So Malachi does eventually get to Vicky and kills her. She's dead! Yay! Finally! And blow her up too, just for good measure. Yeah! Woo! No more Vicky! Yeah! And by the way, this is the end of the short story pretty much. Everything past this point, except the final scene, is straight out of the brilliant mind of Donald Borchers. So Bert is upset for some reason over his wife's death.
So we've killed her. The time of sacrifice is at hand.
He runs away, but is cornered by some kids.
Fight! Finish him.
You better have more than kitchen knives and screwdrivers, kiddies. You better find a flamethrower. This is my game. I've played it before and on better courts than yours.
The Lord is not mocked.
Neither am I, Sonny. Neither am I. I'm leaving now. I'm gonna go find some people and tell them about what's happening here in Gatlin. I don't think they'll believe me at first, and I don't think I believe it myself. They will. Eventually.
I salute you, sir.
There he is, Isaac.
At long last, the interloper has been revealed. Let us follow he who walks behind the rose and proclaim the film as sacred.
Isaac, are you sure you want to do this? Why don't we just go home and play pretend?
Do you not understand, Malachi? This is the will of he who walks behind the rose. The film must be proclaimed as sacred. Do you dare to disobey his will?
I will follow him, Isaac. Praise him. Praise he who walks behind the rose.
The Lord is displeased with us.
Why?
First Ahaz. His blood was spilled in the corn. Then the man and the woman came. They both killed. The man still runs free.
Does this kid even understand what he's saying? I mean, he's talking so fast I can barely understand him. Meanwhile, Bert is trying to escape the kids in the corn. And it works. They stop for some reason. I guess they can't do anything unless Isaac is there to tell them to. So Isaac and Malachi finally show up after what had to be a while. I mean, look, they just stroll up. So Bert must be long gone right now, right?
Hoisting, bringing in the ship. There he is over there! Go get him!
So the kids chase Bert for a while, but he's able to evade them. And then, I really don't get this, but we get an extremely long conversation between Malachi and a 3-year-old. And it's as interesting as it sounds.
I was back there walking up the road looking for the signal of more of his footprints. Only I didn't see any footprints because the ground was all hard and powdery.
I know.
And all of a sudden it got dark on my one side and I looked over and it was like the sun was out on that side. I could hear something walking, breathing, and a shadow came up on the corn. I couldn't catch my breath. I thought he was coming for me because Ahaz was my friend. It was he who walks behind the rose. He passed right by me.
You had a vision then. I'm very lucky if it's true.
I spilled is.
Okay, this kid is freaking 3 years old. No kids talk like this. Anyway, Bert takes a trip into the movie Apocalypse Now. Wait, what? What is happening? When did Iowa turn into a war zone? Okay, so apparently he's having a flashback vision or something, and during the vision kills a bunch of the kids. Jeez, that's kind of dark. So Bert wakes up at night and seemingly starts going insane.
Which way is it back to the road? Okay.
He starts running, trying to get to the road. He then stumbles upon a clearing in the corn. There he finds the blue man and his dead wife, hanging on these weird cross thingies.
Okay.
He hears something big coming, and it turns out to be he who walks behind the rose, who proceeds to kill him.
So, join me.
Wait, it's a monster? Well, that's kind of dumb. It's kind of like at the end of It, when you figure out that Pennywise is just a giant spider. So then Isaac gives a lame speech, and they change it so that the age limit on the kids is 18 instead of 19.
And so now, the age of favor is lowered from 19 planting and harvest to 18.
Oh, and apparently there was a rule that they can't be older than 19. I don't remember the film ever explaining this, but we know that now, right? So then it ends on a random Bible verse. Okay then. Well, that was Children of the... Wait, what? A post-credit scene? In a TV movie? Okay then. So basically the scene is just Malachi sacrificing himself to he who walks behind the rose because he is 18.
Have a fine son, Ruth. Raise him to love religion and to hate the world.
As all good parents should. Oh, well, that was long. Alright. So that was Children of the Corn, and... well, that doesn't look too good.
Return the DVD to us, interloper, or we will take it by force.
Yeah, force!
No, this film needs to be dumped in direct-to-video hell where it belongs!
The will of he who walks behind the roads commands us to retrieve the sacred film. Malachi, deal with this unbeliever.
Outlander! This is your last chance! Please give it back. Pretty please.
Malachi!
Give it back! Now! Stupid head!
I'll never give it back. Alright, I'm getting out. It's getting annoying.
The time has come, blasphemer. He who walks behind the rose hath commanded us to retrieve the greatest film of all temporality and constantiality, to interweave the greatness of Nebraska. Now be knowest with the knowledge of their demise. The film must be offered up to the Great One as our offering of allegiance and obedience. And soon
You understand what he's saying?
Nope, unless he says my name. Then I disagree loudly or repeat what he says.
and his will be carried out by his children. Praise he.
Yes, I will carry out his will. Praise him!
And then all will know the name of our sacred film club, and all will rejoice.
Wait, you guys are members of a film club or something? Like, for school?
Do not underestimate our great power. Just because we convene in the janitorial closet does not belittle our authority. Now, Malachi, deal with this disbeliever.
If you want this film, you'll have to pry it from my cold, dead hands!
That's the idea.
Oh, okay. When I said cold and dead, it was more of a figure of speech. You don't actually have to kill me or anything. Ah! That was close. Ah!
It's him. It's he who walks behind the rose. He's here to punish you, blasphemer.
Stephen King?
Yes, it is I, the great Stephen King.
Who's Stephen King?
He's one of the greatest American horror authors of all time. He's written timeless classics adapted into great films like Carrie, The Shawshank Redemption, The Shining.
Oh yeah, he did Tommyknockers and The Mangler.
Yeah.
Silence! I have come to retrieve a certain film based on one of my stories.
Mr. King, with all due respect, this film is utter crap. It's a faithful yet poorly executed version of your story. The main characters are annoying and thoroughly unlikable, and you basically cheer when they are killed. Although you can tell the kids are trying, they always sound like they are reading off cue cards and are saying words they clearly don't understand. In the short story, the reader finds out about this cult as our protagonists do, which adds mystery and suspense to the story. In the original 1984 film, both of our protagonists are likable, and the kids are actually creepy. Isaac was played by a 22-year-old, not an 8-year-old, which is why he was able to make the dialogue sound so compelling and so creepy. Donald Borcher set out to improve on the original, but aside from keeping a bit more true to the original story, he did just the opposite. It's an unnecessary remake to an already great adaptation. But here, Mr. King, this film's fate should be in your hands. If you want to help this Nebraska middle school film club take over the world, be my guest.
We have our victory. He who walks behind the rose will help us conquer the world.
Are you kidding me? You guys thought I actually liked this film? I've hated them all since the first. Well, I suppose 3 is kind of entertainingly bad, but... Well, Isaac, when you come back in 6, that's just weird. Anyway, any TV movie I'm not directly involved with always sucks. What do you think made the Shining TV remake so good?
It seems that God himself has become a blasphemer. Malachi, punish him for his unrighteousness.
Where'd he go?
One of my godlike powers is the ability to retcon. He is now in another one of my stories.
Hey, Isaac, you want up a balloon? Can I go play pretend now?
Run along, Malachi. See you in the inevitable sequel.
Thanks, old man.
As for you, Rotoshane, thank you for highlighting this film's crappiness. Perhaps later a more positive review of The Langoliers?
Yes, later. Maybe.
Good to hear. Until next time.
Alright, Nebraska's just too weird. I'm going back to hell. I'll see you in a couple weeks.
Hey, guy. Hey, dude, I got the gas. Sorry about the delay. I was getting chased by a guy with a chainsaw. Anyway, is it secret? Is it safe? Hello? Guy? Where are you? Oh, no. I can't do it.